How you guys doing? Thank you for tuning in. Dolotime Ep.3. You're on my time now. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Stayed safe. Did something new. Was productive a little bit. Or just chilled and relaxed. You guys worked all week. So hopefully it was a nice weekend for you guys. I rode my bike on Saturday. Whittier Trails right here by my house. It was 8 miles in total. 4 there and 4 back. It was pretty fun. It was a little easy, little trail. It was a lot of stops, but it was pretty fun. Haven't rode my bike since mid October. We did a beach trip from Arcadia to the Huntington Beach, and it was 24 miles. Man, let me tell you, that ride was fun. We were going down the San Gabriel Trail, or riverbed, you would say, and I was going and I felt like we're riding for a long time. So I was just like, man, what the heck? And it's a 3-hour ride and it just felt like it was a long time. I look to the left, I see the 605. I'm looking, I'm like, we're barely right here by the 5 freeway. I was like, wow. I felt so defeated. I was like, I feel like I was riding on here for a long time, like 2 hours already, but it's probably like an hour and a half or so. Maybe less, maybe an hour, but I was just like, man, what the heck? I felt like man, head down. I was like, man, I don't know if I could do this. So we keep going, a couple stops, get some water, and then kept going. And then I felt like when I got my second win, and it's like when we finally got to the 405 freeway, I could see it on the 605. I was like, we're at the 405. I was like, wow. I was like, we're almost there, even though we probably weren't because we still have to go down PCH. But that's when I was like, picked myself up. I got my second win, and I was just going, boom, hauling down that trail, and we got to Seal Beach. That's where it ends. And I was already pumped and ready to go. Went down PCH. It was a nice little ride. It just took through the houses right there off PCH. So it wasn't really on the highway. So it was a little bit safer. And it was nice seeing all the houses and stuff. So yeah, that was off topic a little bit. But that's what I did this weekend. A little bike ride. Watched football, of course. And we're going to talk about football. My predictions, they weren't perfect. But, can't always get them right. It was a good week of football, surprising. We'll get into the last game last night. That was a shocker. But first game, Bills and Colts. It was a good game, close game too. And I said I didn't really pick that one because I didn't know who was gonna win. It was a toss up. What Phil Rivers you would get, and he played pretty well. So you can't say it was his fault. But Josh Allen and Diggs, like that connection is like the real deal. Like they have something going there. Looking like they've been playing for like years. Their connection is like their chemistry is ridiculous. So they look pretty good. The Rams in Seattle, you guys know who I picked. I picked Seattle. Sorry, Ram fans, you guys gonna come at me, but I did, but I was wrong. The Rams defense, they looked really, 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 really good. Like I could say defense wins championship. I could see the team getting there if their defense plays how they played against Seattle. If they could do that and stop Aaron Rodgers, I could see them going all the way to the Super Bowl. And if you just get Goff to play like a game manager and just throw little slants and whatnot and then have a good running game, I mean, hey, defense can win championships, so who knows? But then we had the Bucks versus Washington. You guys know I picked the Bucks. I mean, we're playing Washington. It's a playoff team. I didn't think I said it was going to be easy, but we kind of took them lightly. The quarterback, Heineke, he was balling out and making our defense look bad. So if we want to go to the Super Bowl or advance to the next round, we have to play better defense. I feel like our defense was atrocious. It wasn't our best game. I feel like it's probably one of our worst games for our defense. Our offense was clicking. Tom Brady, for 43 years old, I'm telling you, man, he's looking good. He's looking good. AB is looking like I was against the pickup. AB's looking like a nice pickup. He's AB. He's a future Hall of Famer. So what can you say? He's another weapon for us. Chris Godwin, he was dropping passes, but he's gonna bounce back. That's not really him. He had an off day. Everyone has one of those days. Mike Evans, felt like he was kind of quiet the first half, and then he just turned up the second half. And it's going to be a good matchup next week against the Saints because him and Marquise Lattimore, they have that little rivalry. People think that they say he stops him, but I mean, the stats probably say it, but I feel like he'll bounce back. I feel like he's finally getting like to the 80% healthy, 90% healthy. He's been hurt all season. So when we played him this season, we didn't really have the full team. So I feel like I think we're gonna turn it up on the Saints for all the 2 games we had during the regular season. The regular season doesn't matter. This is playoffs, and I feel like the Bucks, they're gonna shock people. I know people are gonna bet against them. Stay tuned. Watch the Bucks play the Saints, and come holler at me after the game. We had the Ravens and Titans on Sunday, and man, slow start for the Ravens, down 10, and people said that they can't come back from a double-digit deficit, or Lamar Jackson can't win a playoff game. So I was sitting here watching on my couch. I was like, okay, they're down 10-0. Let's see what they can do. He threw that pass to Malcolm Butler. It's a bad pass he should threw on the outside, but he had some pressure coming in, so he probably couldn't step up and throw to the outside. So it was a bad pass, but Lamar Jackson's a competitor, so he shook that off. He wasn't rattled. And, man, he did it, man. He's running it all over them, took it up the middle for a touchdown. The kid, he's real deal. He's the youngest quarterback in the playoffs. And he didn't get rattled. He stood composed, and he balled out. And I like what he was saying at the end of the game, too, when they were interviewing him. He was saying that they kept making it about Derrick Henry and the Ravens. No, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. That's what they're talking about, the hype. Just empty. He's like, no, it's about the Baltimore Ravens. It's about the team. So, like, I like that. And that makes your team get together, seeing your star players say, it's not about me, it's about the team. So I like that. He's a good young kid. Their defense stacked. They had everyone up front on the line to stop Derrick Henry. And I said that you would want the other guys to beat you. You want Tannehill or A.J. Brown, Corey Davis to beat you. You don't want Derrick Henry, so they stopped him. And the pickups, Calais Campbell in the offseason was a good pickup. I think they picked him up just to stop Derrick Henry. That's one of the main reasons why they picked that boy up from the Jaguars. But yeah, it was a good game. I was surprised the defense. I was kind of scared. Like I said, I was like, that's the hump they have to get over. I'm not looking past Buffalo. I feel like I said earlier, I was talking to my friend. I said I feel like the Chiefs are the only team that could beat the Ravens, but I don't want to look past Buffalo. We have the Saints and Bears the next game. It was kind of like a slow start. It was like 7-3. And the Bears defense was actually looking pretty good, but what can they do? You know, they keep stopping them or getting punts or they're doing what they're doing, and your offense is not producing. Trubisky threw a deep bomb, the receiver dropped the ball, so they weren't really helping out the defense. The wide receiver, Anthony Miller, I believe, got kicked out because he frustrated. In games like these, you can't really get kicked out. It's like, just go home, win or go home, and you can't get too emotional. I know it's an emotional sport. You get in your feelings, but you can't do that to your team. It's selfish. You have to know the situation, and you just gotta step away, relax. You can't get kicked out. Your team can't afford to lose a player in the playoffs. So that was that. Saints came in the second half, probably towards the mid-third quarter, and just turned up. They looked, I don't want to be biased. I mean, I'm trying not to be biased. To me, what I saw, I didn't think they were like the unstoppable Saints like they were like in the beginning of the season or like last year. I didn't see that. But they are the Saints. They have the Bucks numbers, but I wasn't too impressed with them. So we shall see in the second round and see what kind of Saints team shows up. I feel like Drew Brees felt like the age is hitting him harder than it's hitting Tom. He's looking like he's looking his age. He doesn't look like the same old Drew Brees, but we shall see the next round. And then the last game, sheesh. I bet you no one thought that was happening. That man, the Browns. Hey, the Browns gonna be the Browns, huh? Like Juju said, the Browns are gonna be the Browns. And honestly, I was shocked that they did that to the Steelers. I mean, man, they just put their foot on the pedal, and they never looked back. They just kept going, and they just wanted to shut them up. I mean, I guess all that talking from the Steelers, Juju Smith, he probably should stop talking. And it lit a fire in the Browns, and they looked pretty good. The Baker did solid. The run game that's like their weapon right there, and just man, I was actually shocked that the Browns did that. Steelers, Big Ben might be his last. I don't know if it's gonna be his last game, but he four picks. He had 4 touchdowns, but all those yards, 500 yards, that was like in garbage time. The game was already over. But I mean, does they look flat? So can you blame Mike Tomlin? I feel like you can't always blame the coach, but who knows? I mean, the team didn't look ready. So if the team doesn't look ready, then that's part on the coach. The players go out there and play, but if they don't look ready, some of it's on the coach. They haven't won a playoff game in a couple years, I believe. And they rested the starters week 17, so maybe that hurt them too. They're a little sluggish and slow, so maybe that hurt them a little bit. But I mean, who knows? They might have a whole new team next year. I say I wouldn't fire Mike Tomlin. He's a good coach, but I mean, they're going to look at his last playoffs performance. And alrighty, guys. Sorry for the change of scenery. I had to go in my room. It was a little loud outside. But I don't think they're going to do that to Mike Tomlin. He'll be back for the offseason, especially if it's the whole COVID thing. How crazy is no offseason, no preseason. So if having a new coach jump into that, I don't think they're going to do that. So probably next year, he'll be on the hot seat. And then they'll go from there. If they win the playoffs, he might stay. If they don't, then I think they might fire him next year after the playoffs. But stay tuned for my predictions, though. Dolotime Episode 4. I'm going to do something special. So stay tuned for Dolotime Episode 4. I'm going to pick somebody. I'm going to go on my Twitter and tweet how you guys enter into this contest. I'm going to pick somebody and me and that person to go head-to-head in the predictions. And whoever gets the most people to go to the next round. So say if someone beats me, I'll give you a $25 gift card to are you $25 or $25 gift card, Visa or whatever. I'll pick for the winner. And so you have to stay tuned. Follow my Twitter at Dolotime. And so we'll do that. And then we got the Ohio State game tonight versus Alabama. I'm going with Ohio State. Hopefully Justin Fields could produce how he did against Clemson. So thank you guys. I appreciate your time. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. And let's get